right, so the House is expected to vote today on a farm bill from the GOP-led Agriculture Committee that would impact millions who use food stamps. House Republicans want to cut $20.5 billion from the $80 billion a year SNAP program. Now, that means about 2 million struggling people would lose their benefits, and it comes with a host of amendments. One would require drug testing for food stamp recipients. Another adds new work requirements, and still another would create a food stamp registry.
Self-reliance means if anyone will not work, neither should he eat.
Really poor children in really poor neighborhoods have no habits of working and have nobody around them who works. They have no habit of, I do this and you give me cash, unless it's illegal.
Teach a man how to fish. He can feed himself for a life. Don't simply feed fish.
So joining me right now for our Sound Off segment today, MSNBC contributor Goldie Taylor, who is the managing editor of the Goldie Taylor Project, a blog that's dedicated to political and social issues. Goldie, it's great to see you. And as we know, House Speaker John Boehner is delivering a speech on the economy today, and yet the House, they want to cut money for hungry kids in this country, disabled adults, struggling seniors. 200,000 kids would be kicked off the school lunch program. And while Republicans won't even talk, Goldie, about a gun registry, they now want one for food stamps. This is a big dichotomy that's going on here.
I think it's remarkable that they want to invade the privacy, or just because I happen to be poor in this country, that somehow I open up my life, my private life, to the federal government. I think at the end of the day, we haven't had a meaningful farm bill since 2008, since this president was elected, and there are some reasons for that. Obstruction is one, but disconnection with this nation's poor is another. 1 in 5 children in this country lives in poverty, which means there is no guarantee that there is going to be dinner tonight, breakfast in the morning, or lunch in the afternoon. And that's something that you and I, Thomas, can count on every day. Under the House bill, we see that they're wanting to cut the food stamp subsidy for existing families to nearly about $3 a day. That's about $1 a meal. I'm not sure that any of us can feed ourselves or our families on that kind of money. The other part of this is they want to readjust the asset or tighten the income requirements for receiving food stamps. That alone is going to kick nearly 2 million families off the SNAP rolls, leaving them with no other resource outside of maybe the local church pantry, which my mother works in a church pantry. Those shelves are getting thinner and thinner every day.
Goldie, you got to listen to how they're selling this, because I want to play for everybody what Republican Congressman Pete Sessions had said, and the comments, they pretty much speak for themselves. Take a look.
Sure.
What we're trying to accomplish is to end eligibility of food stamps that compete against those families, those needy families that we talked about, for rapists, pedophiles, and murderers. Whether rapists, pedophiles, or murderers will be eligible. But it's pedophiles, murderers, rapists, those who should have enough money.
What's your response to that, Goldie?
I think it is a systemic or institutionalized demonization of our nation's poor. To say that people who are poor also happen to be disproportionately rapists or murderers, well, that simply isn't the case. At the end of the day, we are talking about shoring up or putting more money into an already cash-rich crop insurance program and stripping money away from needy families. The Farm Bill, first initiated during the Great Depression, was meant to have a twofold impact. One, to make sure that we have strong domestic production in terms of our farming, and two, to make certain that we address the nation's neediest, to make sure that children and families that receive the proper nutrition. With the proper nutrition, you have a greater, stronger economic outlook. Studies show that children who enter school without breakfast, children who enter school and don't have a great lunch, tend not to flourish and grow economically as they move into their adult lives. And so if you can just make those small impacts on a child's life, then you're looking to improve childhood public health, you're looking to improve the way that they perform in school, you're looking to improve the way that they perform out in the world. And so I think that this is really, really a bad idea from our GOP.
We're going to leave it on that note, and I just want to pass along, because the Senate did pass its version of this last week that includes a $400 million annual cut to the food stamp program. That's just 1/5 of the House's cuts, and the White House has already threatened to veto the House version. So we'll see where it goes from here. Goldie Taylor, great to see you as always. Thank you.